Hey everybody, this is going to be a 20-minute chair yoga class. We'll just focus on our breath, getting some gentle movement through the body, and just a very easy, relaxing flow of movement. I want to start with a very simple exercise. As I take you through this practice, you'll hear me sometimes say about movements that if it's not comfortable, or you don't have that range of motion, or if you bump into pain when you try it, to just do it with your mind's eye. And that may sound really strange, kind of out there, but I just wanted to take a moment to explain how beneficial it can be to do that. Even when you think about moving part of your body, those neurons still fire and engage your brain, and it can be really beneficial. So just a little exercise to do to help us remember the importance of our intention. So even if we're just thinking about long lines, or thinking about a stretch, or thinking about moving a part of our body that may be stiff, how it can be beneficial. So come to the middle of your seat and make sure your feet are flat. You'll see that I'm barefoot, so I would recommend that you do this barefoot. We'll be wiggling our toes a bit, and it can be really helpful to be barefoot. If you're not comfortable with that and you want to keep your shoes on, that's fine too. But just come to the middle of your seat so that you're not resting on the support of your chair back. You'll see I have two chairs. If you have that available to you, there'll just be one small part of this where we use a second chair, and if you have one available, go ahead and get that. Give me just a moment. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, even though we're seated, put your feet flat on the floor. I don't think my feet are quite in this shot actually. But just lift and spread your toes. I know you can't quite see that, I don't think. And then set them back down so your feet feel very wide and heavy on the floor. And then let your weight sink into your hips a little bit. We're not slumping into our hips, but I want you to feel weighty, grounded on your hips. You can even push into your legs with your hands to help get that feeling of heaviness in your legs. Lift your sternum, widen your collarbones, and keep your spine very long. All right, so this exercise, take your hands, just shake them out, and then put them flat together. If you can see, I'm putting just the bottom of my hands together and putting my hands flat together like I was going to pray. And I want you to look at your middle fingers. It may just be a slight difference, but you'll see that one middle finger might be slightly longer. For me, my right middle finger is just a bit longer, not much. So whichever hand is bigger, I want you to just let that arm relax to your side. Not going to worry about that hand at all. And I want you to turn your attention to the other hand, whichever it was for you. As you look at your hand, I want you to take deep breaths. Look at each part of your hand and imagine like you were blowing up a balloon. As you look at that part of your hand, imagine a spaciousness and a widening and a lengthening of that part. So looking at the palm of your hand, imagine all those little bones and spaces lengthening and widening. Take a moment and look at each finger, each knuckle of each finger. Imagine each finger getting longer and wider and more spacious. Now, take your other hand, place it just as we did before as if to pray, and notice which middle finger is longer. For me, it's now the other hand. That may or may not have worked for you, but that's just a little exercise to show how much our intention, our thought can affect our physical body. So as we move through this flow, if you find something to be difficult, or a part of your body to be stiff, or again, you bump into a painful feeling, it's okay to just imagine that movement in your mind's eye and continue to breathe along with me. Try what you're comfortable with and just listen to your body. So we should be in the middle of our seat. Spread your toes one more time, set your feet down, lift through the spine, elongating through the top of your head, and just take a moment, and you can close your eyes if that feels comfortable, to simply feel your breath moving in and out. Inhale through your nose, maybe slowly counting to 4. Exhale and try to count to 8. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more breath like this. And exhale. Let's take our attention back to our feet. I'm actually going to scoot my chair back a little bit so you can see my feet on the floor. There we go, that's better. So lift and spread your toes, and again, if your toes aren't actually spreading that much, it's okay, just ask them to, and envision that in your mind's eye, like we talked about, and then set your toes back down. Let's do that again. Lift and spread your toes, and set them back down. Lift and spread your toes. As you exhale, set them back down. Now lift your heels, feeling a strength come into your calves, maybe into the arches of your feet. As you exhale, lower your heels. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels. Now let's do the opposite. So inhale, lift your toes up toward your shin, feeling that dorsiflexion. You can feel that on your shin. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your toes. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lifting up through your spine, opening across your collarbones. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back and relax your arms to your sides. Spread your fingers as you inhale. Exhale, make a fist. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Good, rest your hands on your lap, roll your shoulders slowly. Oh, that feels so good. Good, inhale, turn and look way over your right shoulder. Come back to center, pull your shoulders back and down, lifting up through your sternum, toning your belly. Turn and look over your left, just turning the head. And back to center. Let's do that one more time each way. Turn and look to your right. And turn and look to your left. And then eyes forward, imagine there's a pencil or pen attached to the tip of your nose, and just draw a small circle in the air with your nose. And reverse it. Good, sitting tall, shoulders back and down. Keep that heaviness in your legs, engaging the muscles of your legs even though we're seated. As you inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. If that motion isn't available to you, exhale down. then just do it in your mind's eye, or maybe stick with rolling the shoulders with your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lower. Good. Feel your tailbone root down. Feel your spine lift up. Allow your arms to remain just gently at your sides. As you root into both hips, begin to lean over to your right as if you dropped your keys and you need to pick them up. Try to keep your collarbones wide and your neck long. We don't want the head and shoulders to drop forward here. So the left hip in particular is anchoring down. We're elongating and then we're leaning over. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you can stretch the opposite arm. If you feel that challenges your balance, you can hold your chair with your right hand, the leg of the chair or the seat of the chair. Inhale, back to center, lower your arm, shoulders back, collarbones wide, root into your legs, this time especially into the right hip. I'm gonna lean over to the left, shoulders back, your head as a natural extension of your spine, so it's not falling forward, it's not straining back, it's right in the middle. You can stay here, or you can sweep the arm over, kind of next to your temple. Hold the chair for support if you need. Inhale, back up, shoulders back, collarbones wide. Keeping your hips, knees, and toes facing forward, begin to turn from your belly. So we're sliding the belly button over to the right. We're going to keep our hips forward and just turn the torso ever so slightly. And you listen to your body when it tells you to stop. If you feel you have the ability to bring your left hand across, you can use your right hand on the seat behind you or maybe on the chair back. You can either turn and look over your right shoulder, or sometimes it feels nice to turn and look over the opposite shoulder. So maybe see what feels good to you. Come back to center, again, lengthening your spine. Start turning from your belly first, sliding your navel. You can bring your right hand across, stabilizing with your left hand on the seat or the back of the chair. Shoulders back, head reaching up. You can either look over that same shoulder you're turning toward, or you can do a counter twist and look the other way. Good, come back to center, press into your legs to grow taller. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, stretch your heart forward out over your lap. See if you can touch your shins or maybe your toes. Relax your head. Inhale, hands to your shins or your thighs. Extend your heart forward, just coming halfway up. Exhale. Come down. Inhale, sweep all the way up, lifting your arms or maybe just stretching them in your mind's eye. Exhale, lower your arms. This is like your seated mountain pose. So this is kind of our, if we were in a board game, this is the start. So inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, come forward either on your lap, your shins, or to your toes. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthening your spine. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale to mountain. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Exhale to your seated mountain pose. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, Come forward. Inhale, halfway, lengthening the spine, your head as a natural extension of the spine. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Last time, first come to your seated mountain pose. Once more, inhale, stretch. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, this time stretch your arms all the way behind you. If you're in a seat where you can hold the chair back, do that, or you can hold the arms of your chair, or the seat of your chair, whatever works best. Press your heart forward, look up toward the sky. Exhale, release your arms, shoulders back and down, rooting down through your tailbone into your hips. Extend your right leg straight out. You can lace your hands below your thigh, or if that's not available to you, if it's hard with your particular anatomy to hold your leg this way, you can use a belt or a towel, just kind of cradle it below your leg. Just hold out. We're going to push your heel forward, pull your toes back, spread your toes, and now lengthen up through the crown of your head. You may feel a good hamstring stretch there. Exhale, release. Press into your lap to get taller. And let's do the other leg, lacing your fingers behind your thigh or using that towel or a belt, whatever you have that might work. Sit tall, spread your toes. Good stretch. Good. Let's do it one more time on each side. Stretch. Sitting tall. Very good. Extend your right leg. You can stay right where we were. You can lace your fingers underneath or use a towel or a belt. If that's not even comfortable, you can put your heel down on the floor. Okay, there's always an option. If you feel comfortable and confident, sit tall. See if you can lift one arm. Maybe you can lift both arms. Ooh, now we're really using our core strength. Extend up through your fingers, extend out through the heel. Feel all that length as you exhale. Lower. Other side, again, you can stay right here holding the leg. Maybe try one arm, maybe both arms. Exhale. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, reach your arms all the way back. If the chair back is available, hold it and pull forward. Shoulders back, head toward the sky. Release your chair back, step your feet wider. On your inhale, open your palms, turning your thumbs back. Feel how the tips of your shoulder blades press your heart forward. Exhale. Hug that big invisible beach ball. So pull your navel back, tuck your chin. Inhale, open. Exhale, come into that rounded position. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, even tucking your tail underneath you. As you inhale, press your high knee back, lift your chest. Two more. Last one. Good. Release your arms to your lap. Now, if you have the second chair available to you, this is when we'll use it. If you don't, you can do a very similar variation without the second chair. This just gives a little bit more support to get into this pose. So, start with the other chair. It's 90 degrees to me, right? My right foot is going to stay where it is. I'm going to step my left foot over here so it's 90 degrees to my right. So my heel is pointing toward the other chair. My toes are pointing this way, okay? I'm going to place my hand on the seat of the other chair. Shoulders back, head extending from the spine. You can stay right here, okay? You can extend your leg now if that's comfortable. You can stay right here, and you place your hand on your hip. If you feel comfortable, you can come to your elbow. Right, shoulders back. We want to try to find length here. You might feel it's kind of collapsing. So breathe and lengthen. You may have your hand on your hip. You may want to be holding the chair. Maybe you can float your fingers beside your head or hold your head to help you lean back slightly. Or maybe you can extend your arm. Now push into your hand on the chair to come up. Step your foot back. Sit tall. All right, this is when it's kind of awkward. So if you have a heavy chair, don't worry about the two chairs. Just, you can do this. This is great. We're moving and breathing. That's what's important, right? If you can move your chair to the other side without much difficulty, I'm going to come over here. This time, your left toes stay pointing forward. We're going to turn the right leg to 90 degrees. Place your hand on the opposite chair. You can stay right here and extend your arm or have your hand on your hip. If you're comfortable, extend this leg out. If that's comfortable, perhaps you can come to your elbow. Try to make space here. Maybe float your fingers by your ear. Maybe extend the arm. Try to open the chest toward the sky, arm by your temple. One more breath. Push into your down arm. Come up. Step your foot forward. I'm going to turn sideways to you now. What I would be doing if I'm you, I want you to just bring this chair in front of you, if you can. So you're like a choo-choo train. I'm going to sit sideways so you can see me better. Take a nice wide stance. Sit tall. Again, wide collarbones, shoulder blades on the back. You can even put a couch, cushion, a towel, or a firm blanket on the back of your chair if that's more comfortable. I'm trying to use minimal props because you may have limited access to what I'm asking for. So we can work with whatever you've got. Placing a little bit of pressure right in the center of the forehead can be very calming to our nervous system. So sliding your hips back, rest your forearm on your hands or the cushion or the towel. Breathe into the kidney region of your back, so really deeply filling your mid-back. Take a few deep breaths. Slowly come up. You may want to slide this chair forward. And this is how you can do, you probably know the pose downward facing dog, and you picture someone very flexible on the ground and you think, oh, I can't do that. Well, you can. Using a second chair again, you're just going to place your arms on the back of the chair. You can slide it a little bit further forward if you'd like. Slide your hind leg back and lower your chest. Okay, so we're pushing out through the hands without pushing the chair forward. So you want to be on a non-slip surface as much as possible. Feel your shoulder blades slide down your back, soften your chest. Push into the back of the chair to come up. I'm going to turn and face you once again. sitting in the middle of your seat, collarbones wide. As you exhale, feel that rootedness come into your hips again. Every inhale, lengthening your spine, once again, reaching through the crown of your head. Just end with some deep breaths, also very good for our nervous system. So what we're trying to do is to inhale to a 4 count, or approximately 4 seconds, and exhale for 8. Now, if you find at the end of that 8, you're straining to get it out, don't worry so much about the number. Just kind of try to find your own rhythm. This isn't about straining. It's about slowing the breath and deepening the breath. Let your hands rest, let your arms drape. Again, sitting tall, so there's lots of space for our breath to move. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and do so. So inhaling. Exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Find your own rhythm, take a few more breaths. Slowly open your eyes. And thank you each for your efforts, or even if it was just your attention watching me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.